Hello guys, once again. So yesterday I found myself on a post which was made by a certain Dr. Chukwedo Zimba. Okay, so most of you don't know, the man is my biological father. He has been more of he's a preacher, right? Way before I was born, he pioneered the Pentecostal move in the eastern part of Nigeria. Of course, he fought during the war as well. And so I heard there were a lot of miracles back then, and then he moved to some, and then he's very, he's I'm like him. He seeks knowledge, he seeks to improve himself every time. So next thing, we switched to Messianic Judaism, and then he started preaching the name Yahweh and Yahshua. At the time, he said the name Jesus was an idol. He used to call it J5. So all through my secondary school days, I wasn't Christian. So he said that, and then after a while, I think after many years, he kind of found a balance, and now he uses the names interchangeably. So my father and I might not really agree with everything he says. So what I do with him is we always have very healthy scriptural debates, and it's always fun. We go back and forth, and then he agrees and I agree. Like we go back and forth most times when we have scriptural debates. It's very interesting. So unfortunately, yesterday I went to one of the posts he made online on Facebook. And I read some comments by some people, and I couldn't help but step in. Usually I would read some things and but I couldn't help but step in. He didn't ask me to. So he was asking more like, so you guys now accuse me. That is a post. It starts with some of you are so angry that I use Jesus and Yahshua interchangeably. And then some people came in acting like they're teachers and know it all. Now here's the thing. Some of the people who bashed him. Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, I don't agree with everything my father says. So what I do is I ask him and I find the scripture. I'm like, but Dad, this is what this says, right? So we have healthy conversations. One of the signs of a healthy conversation is you do not throw jabs at the person's person. You take care of the matter at hand. It's even like in relationships. Just because you're angry, you don't say you always do this. No, you focus on what the problem is. Say, hey, you just did this. Because once you say you always, you're already going off course and you're lying, you're sentimental, you're not factual. So it's very hard to have very reasonable conversations at that time. Anyway, now there's something about language. Languages have lexes and structures, like music as well. If you don't understand, like most of us play by reading and by hearing. If you don't understand a chord, if you've never heard a sound, if your brain cannot really tell what a chord is, you can never really reproduce it because it's not been registered in your head. So you need complete understanding of lexes and structure of the language before you can really argue. The Bible is written in English. Most people don't even really understand English properly. So one of the guys who came to attack my comment on the post used your instead of your. Like he used Y-O-U-R instead of Y-O-U''R-E. Now someone might say, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It matters a whole lot, a great deal, because if you don't know the difference in words and structures and formats, then your whole analogy and analysis might be wrong. Actually, not might be, will be wrong. Now, let me tell you how. So, one time when I was consulting with the French Embassy's Cultural Division, Institut Français de Nigeria, I got into one email exchange one time, and one of the ladies wrote something, and then my French wasn't really very strong, so I misread a line and I replied based on my misconception of the line, because French is not my first language, it's not my native language. And boom, I felt embarrassed after everything and I responded and apologized. Point was, because I didn't understand the language completely, I took it out of context. It's like the other video I did when someone says, "You're a man," and you're a man. Now, texts, what we type can never really reveal someone's intention. Most times, if it's not verbal, then it's hard for you to really comprehend. It has to do with the Bible, the Quran, Torah. So, I was raised Jewish. Well, first Christian, then Jewish, that's Messianic Jewish. And then, I started reading up. I read the Quran and found out some things, and I'm like, okay, all of us are confused. That's what I ended up saying. Because even the Quran says you should heed the words of the prophets and Isa. Isa is the same person as Yesu, which is Jesu, which is, some people say Jesus, and Yahushua or Yahshua or Yahoshua, however you want to put it, or Yeshua in Aramaic. But then, ignorant people will never really settle to have a healthy conversation. They'll just be throwing jabs at you. Now, it's the post that's prompting this video. I'm not sure my father's going to respond. And I said I wasn't going to respond. I didn't necessarily agree with everything he said. But then, it's like when I write posts and then my friend Joshua says, "You're attacking the video." I don't attack, I attack doctrines. If a doctrine is wrong, I just put it up and boom. You never hear me call. I'm just, hey, this is wrong. Everybody is questionable. Everybody has to answer. We are not the originators. We are not the inventors of these ideals, philosophies, and religions. They were handed down to us. They are called hand-me-downs for a reason. So if you don't have your facts right, if you're not open to correction and change, and then there's a problem. All right. I wrote some things down so I don't forget. I said, I think if people of the book have intelligent conversations, there will be enlightenment. Paul had intelligent conversations. Jesus did. Yeshua. If you don't like the word Jesus, that's fine. Even Muhammad did. You have to. Martin Luther King did. Like, these people had intelligent conversations. You have to have reason. Don't block your minds. Well, I said, most people who attack when they debate, argue are often ignorant, which is very true. Being educated takes you further. I said, signs and wonders. Well, every religion can do that. Every ideal can do that. Even the people of Amok and other people, they can do signs and wonders. So signs and wonders are not necessarily proof that something is correct. Science can do signs and wonders. Everybody can do signs and wonders. Magicians can do that as well. I said we all have the reset button. The thing is, don't resist when it's time for your reset. I have friends who, there's Emeka Nobis, there's Tochi Chukwunyere, there's Tochi Kokoro, there's Ben Ayasudo. Like, these are people whose minds are expanding. When you expand your mind, when you learn things, not just from one perspective, you begin to see life differently, and it helps you and people around you. Now, I posted a video this morning about a Christian in the midst of Muslims, and he was arguing, very loud guy. And while he was busy arguing, the smart Christian, there were only two of them, now started checking online to see that what the guy asked was actually there. Now, he was noble enough to be honest, because he's open to learning, right? He didn't pretend. Now, it's very obvious that even the Muslim he asked Didn't have the answer because he was like, wait, because if it's me, you ask me, like, okay, hold on, here it is, blah, blah, blah. Facts, just straight to the point. Now, what pains me is that ignorant people will insult. Now, mark my words, I don't insult people. I attack doctrines I think that are not healthy for people, right? It's painful when I told one of my friends, Gigi or Gigi, I don't know how to pronounce, and I told one of my coworkers back last year, I was like, human beings are exhausting. They exhaust me, like they take life away from me. Because here you are trying to help somebody to be more enlightened, and then the person just boom is ignorant and then loud, and then we argue you to death. I get it. Like I told my friend Tochi, I was like, people argue like that because they already have those questions in their minds. So they're only trying to protect their belief, so they become very almost violent just to hear what you. And then when you're done with them, they go back and have everything, which is good. So if you can endure all those hostility when people are arguing, ignorant people are arguing, sometimes it's exhausting. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I can't do this. But the truth is, somehow we just have to learn to ask questions nicely than coming out all bold when you're ignorant about something. I've seen that happen over and over and over. Mostly on my posts, or on people's posts. Ignorant people will come and then they're arguing with, like you could sense that they're shouting, and then use LOL. Writing LOL in, it doesn't make it funny. It means it's like sarcasm. You don't have to be sarcastic when you're trying to pass a point. If you don't know it, just shh and ask and learn. I don't know everything. We don't know everything, but most of us have been exposed. Now, how do I get deep into the scriptures? Very simple. 1998, I couldn't get into university, so we moved to Benin, and I was at home for a whole year and extra. Guess what I was doing? My dad had a bag of Bibles with concordance, like different versions of Bibles. Guess what I was doing? I sat down and was there reading these things, right? That such that when I now finally got into school, and I was just having A grades, and I told my mom, I don't know why I don't have to read to pass. She's like, she just reminded me of Psalm 119, somewhere that says, because I made your word my meditation, I have understanding more than my teachers and my learn. So I have, and then because I meditated on your word, I have wisdom more than the ancients. Simple. So because I read and exposed my mind became very, is it called malleable or fertile for reformation and information. So hey, I don't want to talk too much. Let me just complete understanding of the lexis and structure of a language. You make, if you don't understand if you don't have a complete understanding of a language, English is not your first language. You're arguing with somebody who knows how to speak Hebrew, English, French. Come on, bro. Stick with what you know. If you don't know, sit down and learn. Okay, I already told how I messed up when I responded to a French mail. I apologized. Text, Bible, Quran. If you don't understand the culture, okay, here's the thing. They were accusing my father of being pagan again. On Passover, I played a song. People were asking, "Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?" I'm like, I don't know what I am. I was raised. And that's the truth. I don't want to be classified as anything. I don't know what I am, right? But the thing is, I'm like, you can even say I'm like Paul the Apostle, because that guy was very, very fast. He understood different cultures, spoke different languages. So he gave him an edge over people who didn't, right? You don't know how to speak good English, and you're arguing with somebody who speaks well, who writes well, and you're now insulting his son as well when he's, come on guys. I'm not here to insult. I'm here to say, please know when to sheath your sword and listen. It'll make life easy for you. You will advance faster, and then you can help other people. Someone is saying the name is Yahweh. Who told you the name is even Yahweh? Do you know there are variations of these names? Some people say it's Yahweh, some people say it's Yahweh. Do you understand that the calendar we use today, the Gregorian calendar, is not even the calendar that the Jews used back in the days? Even Muslims, like in Dubai, they make people worship on Saturday. Do you understand that on Friday? Do you know that the Gregorian calendar you use is not even the calendar you used to use back in the day? Do you realize that that's not what it is? Point is, there's been a decline or an adulteration of whatever was passed down from the beginning. The best way to get back to sanity and healthy relationships or beliefs is to sit down and have intelligent, healthy conversations in a bid to learn and improve. That video I saw actually made me have hope for humanity, because for a Christian and Muslims to have a conversation healthily without stabbing and killing themselves, that's a very good one. I mean, I know I've had conversations with Catholics who almost wanted to punch me in the face. But that's a starting point. But that doesn't mean this one is right or that one is wrong. Like, why are you saying Hail Mary full of grace? Why are you saying oil and mantle? Why are you saying my daddy? Why are you saying G.O.? Like, why are you saying the prophet said, go and find out for yourself and know what is written, and know so that you can be sure that you know what you're saying. One more thing, verify every single thing. Test them, prove them. For the Christians, it says, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, a matter should be established. I don't know whether it's hard, but it's not even Christians, it's Moses. So which means it's both Musa, Moses, and Moshe. So it means Christians, Muslims, and Jews. All of you believe the same thing. Verify every single thing before you hold on to it. Even if someone else says something that contradicts what you believe, be humble and learn. Reset. Move to the next. The world will be a better place. I mean, the world is watching and saying the people of the books are confused. And yes, we're confused. We all have reset buttons. Do not resist the reset when it hits. That's all that I can say. Peace, guys.